On June 12, 2005, Steve Jobs entered Stanford Stadium to address graduates at the university's 114th commencement. He was known as the co-founder of Apple and chief executive of Pixar, yet he did not speak about technology, wealth, or corporate strategy. Instead, he told 3 stories about uncertainty, failure, love, and death. The first story was about connecting the dots. Jobs explained that he left Reed College because he could not justify the financial burden on his adoptive parents. After dropping out, he attended classes that interested him. One was calligraphy. It appeared to have no practical value, but years later those lessons influenced the typography of the Macintosh. The lesson is not that everyone should leave college. It is that learning is rarely wasted. A skill or difficult experience may seem unimportant today, but become valuable later. Jobs argued that we cannot connect the dots while looking forward. We understand their pattern only after looking back. We must make thoughtful choices without possessing a complete map of the future. Curiosity can reveal opportunities rigid planning might miss. Prepare carefully, but remain open to unexpected knowledge. His second story was about love and loss. Jobs described building Apple with Steve Wozniak and watching it grow into a major company. Then, at age 30, he was removed from the business he had helped create. Publicly, it looked like humiliation. Personally, it felt devastating. But losing Apple also removed the weight of success. Jobs became a beginner again. He founded Next, helped develop Pixar, and met the woman who became his wife. Apple later purchased Next, bringing him back. The technology developed during his years away became important to Apple's future. His message was not that every failure automatically produces success. Failure can be painful and unfair. The lesson is that a setback does not have to become the final definition of a life. We can examine what remains, rebuild our skills, and begin again. Jobs believed he survived that period because he still loved his work. One of the speech's strongest lessons is this: do not measure a career only by title, salary, or approval. As Jobs said, you've got to find what you love. Passion often develops through practice. We discover what matters by doing difficult work, learning from mistakes, and noticing which problems continue to hold our attention. The third story was about death. Jobs recalled asking himself whether he would still choose the day's plans if it were his last day alive. When the answer remained no for too many days, he knew something needed to change. He also described being diagnosed with cancer and initially being told he might have only months to live. Later testing showed that his tumor could be treated surgically. Mortality suddenly became immediate rather than theoretical. Jobs treated awareness of death as a tool for separating what matters from what does not. Reputation, embarrassment, and pressure from other people become less powerful when we remember that our time is limited. The lesson is not to act recklessly. It is to stop postponing decisions that give life meaning. Important conversations should not always wait. Creative ambitions should not remain buried beneath fear. We should listen to advice, but not surrender our lives to the expectations of others. Jobs warned the graduates against living according to someone else's conclusions. Education should strengthen independent judgment, not replace it. A wise person gathers evidence, listens carefully, and accepts responsibility for making a decision. At the end, Jobs recalled the final issue of the Whole Earth catalog, a publication he admired when he was young. Its back cover carried a simple farewell: "Stay hungry, stay foolish." To stay hungry means remaining curious, ambitious, and willing to improve after success. To stay foolish means preserving enough humility and courage to try ideas conventional thinking may dismiss. It is not a rejection of knowledge. It is a warning against becoming trapped by certainty. The speech endures because Jobs did not offer a formula for becoming rich or famous. He offered a way to interpret life. Learn beyond immediate usefulness. Do not allow failure to become your identity. Find work worthy of your effort. Remember that time is limited. Have the courage to make choices that genuinely belong to you. The deepest lesson is that a meaningful life cannot be designed entirely in advance. We move forward with incomplete information. We make mistakes. We lose things we thought were permanent. Only later do we understand how the pieces connect. Success is not simply reaching the destination we first imagined. It is developing the judgment to recognize when the road has changed, the resilience to continue first imagined. It is developing the judgment to recognize when the road has changed, the resilience to continue after loss, and the courage to live before time makes the decision for us.